Have you ever walked into a store planning to buy just one thing, only to end up at the checkout with a cart full of items you never intended to purchase? Or perhaps you've been shopping online, casually adding products to your cart, thinking, one more item won't make a difference, only to realize your total is twice what you expected. Well, that's no accident, it's carefully designed. Retailers have mastered the art of influencing our spending habits using subtle yet powerful psychological tactics that make it almost impossible to resist adding more to your basket, often without you even realizing it. But don't worry, today we're breaking down some of the most common strategies retailers use so you can shop smarter and avoid falling into these traps. Let's dive in and uncover the secrets behind why we spend more than we plan. Have you ever seen a big, bold 50% off sign and suddenly felt an overwhelming urge to buy? That's the illusion of discounts at work. Behind this so-called great deal lies a psychological trick known as the anchoring effect. Retailers inflate original prices so that when they apply a discount, it feels like an incredible bargain, even if the savings aren't as big as they seem. Our brains instinctively compare the original price with the sale price, making us believe we're saving big. For example, imagine you're eyeing a jacket marked was $200, now only $99. Sounds fantastic, right? But what if that jacket was never really worth $200 in the first place? Many retailers artificially raise prices before discounting them, ensuring that even after a sale, they still make a hefty profit. In reality, you might be paying exactly what they intended all along, or saving as little as $10 instead of the advertised $100. So what can you do? Before jumping on a sale, ask yourself, would I buy this at full price? And do I really need this, or am I just excited about the discount? Next up, the power of scarcity. Have you ever been shopping online and suddenly noticed a bright red warning, only 2 left in stock, or this deal expires in 5 minutes? That tiny rush of anxiety you feel, that sudden urgency to click buy now before it's too late, is exactly what retailers are aiming for. This psychological trick is called the scarcity effect, and it plays directly into our fear of missing out. When we believe something is in high demand, our brains convince us to act quickly before we lose the opportunity forever. Consider those countdown timers and flash sales with ticking clocks. They create a sense of urgency that can lead to impulse purchases, even though these timers often reset or reappear later. Similarly, when brands offer limited time collections or exclusive deals for VIP members, they make us feel like only a select few will get access, making the product seem even more irresistible. Even if it wasn't on our radar initially, what can you do? Before succumbing to these scarcity tactics, take a moment to ask yourself, would I still want this if it weren't limited or almost gone? And is this really a once-in-a-lifetime deal, or am I just feeling pressured to act fast? Most of the time, there's no real rush, just a carefully crafted illusion of urgency designed to make you spend. And speaking of sneaky sales tactics, let's talk about pricing psychology. Have you ever stood in line at the movie theater staring at the popcorn prices and felt like the large was obviously the best deal? A small might be $5, a medium $8, and a large just $9. At first glance, the medium and large seem so close in price that upgrading to a large feels like a no-brainer. After all, for just $1 more, you get so much more popcorn. But here's the catch. You probably didn't even want that much popcorn in the first place. The pricing just made it feel like the smartest choice. This is called the Decoy effect, and businesses use it all the time to steer you toward the option they want you to pick. The medium size exists primarily as a reference point, making the large seem like an incredible bargain. Without that middle option, you might have just bought the small and spent less overall. Another common pricing trick is charm pricing. Ever noticed how so many prices end in .99? That's because our brains read from left to right and subconsciously round down. That's why $9.99 feels cheaper than $10, even though the difference is just 1 cent. This tiny tweak makes us more likely to buy without even realizing why. By recognizing these tricks, you can stay in control of your spending instead of letting businesses decide for you. Now let's talk about a tactic that gets almost everyone: free shipping. Have you ever been shopping online, happily adding items to your cart, only to get to checkout and see a dreaded $5.99 shipping fee? Suddenly, you hesitate. That extra charge feels unreasonable, even though it's just a few dollars. But then you see a message. Spend $10 more and get free shipping. So what do? Instead of paying for shipping, you start browsing for something, anything, to add to your order. Maybe it's a cute keychain, an extra candle, or a random gadget you don't really need. You justify it by thinking, at least I'm getting something for my money instead of wasting it on shipping. This trick works because we hate paying for shipping. It feels like an unnecessary fee, while buying another product feels like a better deal. But here's the catch. Retailers set free shipping minimums just slightly above the average order total, encouraging you to spend more than you originally intended. In the end, they profit off the extra item you added, while you walk away thinking you got a bargain. So before falling for this trick, ask yourself, was I already planning to buy this extra item? Am I actually saving money or just spending more to avoid a small fee? Most of the time, free shipping isn't really free. It's just another way to get you to buy more. Now, let's take a look at the psychology of store layouts. Have you ever walked into a grocery store for just one thing, like milk or eggs, only to leave with a cart full of candles, snacks, and a new flavor of chips you didn't even know existed? That's not by accident. Retailers strategically design store layouts to keep you inside longer, increasing the chances of impulse purchases. And one of their oldest tricks, placing essentials at the very back of the store. Stores intentionally put everyday necessities like milk, eggs and bread at the far end of the store. Why? Because to reach them you have to walk past multiple aisles filled with tempting products, seasonal sales and flashy promotions. The more items you see, the more likely you are to grab something extra. But that's not the only way stores manipulate your shopping behavior. Slower music equals more browsing. That is why stores play soft, slow music to encourage lingering, which leads to more purchases. Also, many boutique and luxury stores use warm, soft lighting to make their products look more appealing and to make you feel relaxed while shopping. By recognizing these clever retail tactics, you can make more intentional shopping choices and avoid unnecessary impulse purchases. So next time you find yourself wandering the aisles, pause and ask yourself, am I here for something specific? Or am I just browsing for the sake of it? And one golden rule, never grocery shop on an empty stomach. When you're hungry, everything looks more tempting, making it far easier to overspend on snacks and treats you wouldn't normally buy. Next up, loyalty programs and subscription traps. Have you ever chosen one store over another just because you're a member of their rewards program? That's no coincidence. Loyalty programs are designed to keep you coming back. Once you start earning points, it feels like a waste to shop elsewhere, even if better deals exist. Many programs offer exclusive discounts or birthday rewards, but there's a catch. You often have to spend more to unlock them. That tempting $10 off when you spend $50 isn't actually saving you money. It's encouraging you to spend at least $40 more than you originally planned. But loyalty programs aren't the only way companies keep you spending. Let's talk about subscription traps. Have you ever signed up for a free trial and completely forgotten about it until the charge hits your bank account? That's exactly what companies are counting on. Once a subscription is active, many people don't bother canceling, even if they barely use the service. Some businesses make it intentionally difficult to unsubscribe, hiding the option in endless settings or using automatic renewals so that if you don't cancel on time, you keep paying, sometimes for months without realizing it. How to avoid these traps? Before signing up for a loyalty program, ask yourself, am I truly benefiting from this? Or am I just chasing points? Would I still shop here without the rewards? And if you start a free trial, set a reminder to cancel it before the charge hits. Don't let businesses profit from your forgetfulness. Let's move on with the next one. The endowment effect. Once you touch or try something, your brain starts assigning it more value. You feel a subtle sense of ownership, making it much harder to walk away. That's why stores encourage hands-on experiences, whether it's testing out furniture in a showroom, swiping through a phone's features, or even taking a car for a test drive. Once you've engaged with the product, saying no becomes significantly harder. This tactic is especially common with tech gadgets and beauty products. Free samples, demo stations, and trial versions exist for a reason. The moment you see how something feels or works for you, you're far more likely to buy it. How to outsmart this effect. Next time you find yourself hesitating to put something back, ask yourself, would I still want this if I hadn't touched or tried it? And am I being influenced by the experience, or do I truly need it? A little self-awareness goes a long way in helping you make smarter, more intentional purchases. This brings us to payment pain reduction. Do you get the feeling that it's way too easy to spend money these days? That's not an accident. It's called payment pain reduction. Businesses actively work to remove the pain of payment, making transactions feel smoother and giving your brain less time to reconsider. With saved credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Buy Now buttons, purchases happen in seconds. The easier it is to spend, the harder it is to resist, but it doesn't stop there. Buy Now, Pay Later services like Klarna or Afterpay break down payments into smaller chunks, making a $200 purchase feel like just $50. While this may seem convenient, it can quickly turn into a dangerous habit. Relying on Buy Now, Pay Later services too often can be risky. While they make purchases feel more affordable, missing a payment can lead to late fees or interest charges, potentially costing you more than the original price. Additionally, managing multiple installment plans across different retailers can quickly become overwhelming, making it harder to track your spending and increasing the risk of accumulating debt without realizing it. Since businesses work hard to make spending as effortless as possible, it's up to you to hit pause and think twice. Before clicking buy, ask yourself, would I still make this purchase if I had to manually enter my card details? And can I comfortably afford this item without relying on installments? Payment plans may seem convenient, but they are designed to encourage spending beyond your budget. The smartest approach: only buy something if you'd be willing and able to pay the full amount up front. And if you do choose a payment plan, make sure the installments fit comfortably within your budget without affecting your essential expenses. Lastly, let's take a look at social proof and influencer marketing. Ever bought something just because you saw glowing reviews or an influencer raving about it? That's the power of social proof, a strategy businesses use to make products appear more desirable and trustworthy, even if you had no intention of buying them. This tactic works because when we see hundreds or thousands of positive reviews, a product suddenly feels like a safe, smart choice, even if we wouldn't have considered it otherwise. Retailers also add labels like bestseller or trending now to create a sense of urgency and make you feel like you're missing out if you don't buy it immediately. So to resist these impulses, think about whether you're buying this because you genuinely need it, or just because everyone else seems to have it. And if you still would want this, if it weren't labeled a bestseller or trending item. Marketers want you to follow the crowd, but the key is making sure you're following your own needs instead. Now that you're aware of these psychological tricks, here are a few simple strategies to help you avoid falling for them. Pause before purchasing and ask yourself if you truly need the item or if you're just caught up in the moment. It's also important to compare prices. Don't let flashy discounts or limited time offers pressure you into spending more than necessary. Setting a shopping budget before you start and sticking to it can keep your spending in check, while unsubscribing from marketing emails and shopping apps can reduce the temptation of impulse purchases. At the end of the day, businesses are designed to get you to spend, but with a little awareness and self-control, you can shop smarter and keep more money in your pocket. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What's the biggest marketing trick you've fallen for? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.